Hello ENC 91 students, in particular second Biterm students. This is your professor, Michael Bloomingberg, and I would like to give you a reacclimation to the class and welcome you again. I congratulate you on finishing your first week of the class. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to the second week of coursework and to also give you just a little bit of a feel of how things are going to go moving forward. The first week's always a little bit different because you're getting a feel for the class and assignments tend to be just a little bit different. But this week we're really going to settle into the overall pace of the class, which, as I'm sure you figured out by now, things do move quickly since we are an 8-week class. So I'm on our Blackboard homepage, and from the Blackboard page I'm going to click on weekly assignments, and that's where you're always going to want to go as well. So I'll go ahead and click that. From there it's going to bring up the weekly course folders. Of course, we are done with week 1, so I'm going to click on week 2. And when I do, it's going to be necessary, and from time to time throughout this video, I'm going to have to readjust camera a bit. So bear with me as I do that. So I'll click on week 2 folder, and I'll readjust the camera just a little bit. So here's the layout for this week's work, and this will be very typical as we move through the semester, or the second Biterm. Week 2 coursework is always posted in 2 different formats. You have it as a Word document and PDF file. Both documents are exactly the same, they're just uploaded in a different manner, so whatever way works best for you to download it, feel free to do it. I'm just going to, for convenience sake, click on the PDF document. And again, I'll have to readjust the camera, so bear with me. Okay? So, there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, we're an 8-week class, so we've got to condense everything that would typically be covered in 16 weeks. We're moving it into 8 weeks, so it makes things a little more challenging. We do have 2 textbooks in the class, as I'm sure you know by now. If you haven't received your textbooks yet, please make arrangements to do that as soon as possible, because it's going to be very easy for you to fall behind if you don't have your books and you're ready to go. From the Right Stuff book, you have some readings, 3 different ones in particular. You have Chapter 5, The Building Blocks of Essay, 83 through 101. The Process of Drafting an Essay, Chapter 6, 104 to 108. Pretty short reading there. Narration and Description, that's Chapter 7, 146 to 154. Yes, I realize it's a lot of reading. There's really not an easy way to get around that with the second Biterm class. I try not to give you so much that you can't handle it, but I do understand that it is a challenge. We are also starting work in All Over But the Shoutin'. This is a book by Rick Bragg, and this week you're to read the prologue, and I've posted those page numbers for you along with Chapter 1, pages 3 through 14. Please note that these are reading assignments only, and they should be the first task that you complete. You also have a submitted assignment, and what that means is that you'll need to type this out and save it, preferably to a flash drive of your own, and you'll submit it, and I'll walk you through in just a minute how you're going to do that. The submitted assignment this week is Activity 5.2. It's thesis practice on page 87 through 88. And I put a note that you need to type and submit the activity as listed in the book with all parts included. That's very important. So you're not just giving your responses, you're including the entire part of the activity. Please use complete sentences as well, and you're going to create your own thesis statements. Please note the due date for this week, and this is for all assignments, including Activity 5.2. It's Monday, March 30th, so please note that. You do have 2 Blackboard discussion assignments. The first one concerns essay structure, and the second one concerns All Over But the Shoutin', the prologue in Chapter 1. Please note on these, and this was an issue that I saw in some of the work that I reviewed from last week, you always want to remember to have a reply to a classmate's posting, and that all postings should be at least 100 words in length. I'm going to adjust the camera just so we can move down a little bit, so bear with me. I'll try to keep it as steady as possible so that you can see the My Writing Lab assignment as well. I want to make a note, and this speaks more to classes I've taught before than you guys, so don't take this personally by any means. But the pace of My Writing Lab is really going to move fast with the second Biterm class. And in the past, classes have had a tendency to fall behind on it. So please don't fall behind or put it on the back burner. You need to complete the basic grammar module this week, and I'm going to pull up the lab in just a moment so you know exactly what I'm looking for you to do. Okay? But the due date again is Monday, March 30th before midnight. So let me come back over. I'm going to readjust camera. Bear with me. I'm going to reestablish this. It's just a little shaky there. And I'm going to pull this back over. Try not to be so shaky with it. I'm going to scroll back up to the top and I'm going to click back on weekly assignments. And also back on the week 2 folder. And I want to focus on how to submit your assignment. And there are instructions. Don't forget about the Start Here tab that will help you do a lot of your basic tasks on the Blackboard page. But on Activity 5.2, all you have to do is once you've saved the assignment, just click on the link for it. And I'm going to do that. And I might again have to adjust camera. And I will do that. So I posted some instructions. I've also let you know that the assignment's worth 10 points. And what you want to do is once you've saved it and you click the link I just clicked, you're just going to click Browse My Computer. I won't click it, but you click it. And once you do, it's just a matter of finding your file. If you saved it on a flash drive, find your flash drive and find the file. And then just click the file and then click Submit, and that will send it right to me, and I'll get the chance to look at it and post some feedback for you. So again, I'm going to go back to weekly assignments. Just wanted to show you that. Well, I clicked the wrong thing. Let me click back on the folder. There we go. Okay. Now again, I'm going to readjust camera. It gets a little shaky. But the discussion board assignment, all you got to do is click the link from the weekly folder and it'll take you right there, very similar to last time. And your assignments are there on the discussion board. Just read those instructions very carefully. Again, I'm going to click back and readjust camera, or maybe move down just a little bit. Down at the bottom you can see the My Writing Lab. Let me pull that up for you. All you got to do is click it. I wanted to mention that. Let me go back for a moment. I'm so used to my regular semester mode that I forgot to mention this for you guys. Each weekly folder, I'm going to create a shortcut that'll take you into the lab, assuming that you've already logged in and have begun work and you've registered. From that point forward, you can just click on the shortcut in each of the weekly folders, and that'll pull you right into the actual learning path, which when I readjust the camera, you'll be able to see. One more little movement of camera coming up. Okay. So refocus and readjust, and voila. There's the My Writing Lab, and that's the view that it'll take you to each time you click. So let me click on Basic Grammar. And what I'd like to do is pan out a little bit. And what I want to make clear is that each one of these pencil topics needs to be completed for each module. And the way you're going to complete it is by doing the activities that correspond on the right-hand side. So that you have overview, animation, recall, and apply. You do need to work through at least one set of recall and apply before you attempt the post-test. And I do call you out on that, not literally, but I'll indicate to you either through email or some other form, maybe in the Grade Center. If you're just doing post-tests, that's not going to be acceptable, so you need to make sure that you're working through the exercises. And as I said with the previous video on My Writing Lab, the goal is to try to turn as many of these pencils into stars as possible. But if you don't get mastery over, let's just say articles, for example, but you're able to get mastery over most of the module, that's okay. It's just going to factor into your overall score. The problem is if you're hitting a lot of struggle to where you're not mastering any part of the module, we probably need to talk about that, but hopefully that won't be the case as you work through. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in the video, and I'll do my very best to post some weekly updates in terms of the coursework and make some videos along the way that I think will help you. It's an honor again to be your instructor. I'm looking forward to gauging your progress as we go through. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.